我来了，我来了，我来了，稍微等一下啊。哎，孙哥，
我来了。
我刚推，我刚推。
妈啊，推吧。今天也是这个 PIG 的比赛最后一天了啊，今天是要决出冠军的。
我刚推流，等一下我把。
我发现一个
怎么了？
我说我发现妈了个鸡，每天6点钟开始，我有点不太习惯。我靠，最开始，现在慢慢习惯下来了。
哎呀。
4 Neo, 5 Ancient, 6 Royal, 7 Gressman。
你这个要挡一挡啊！
我挡了，我挡了，我挡了。
你有没有图片？没有图片，我给你。
我有。
我有那个土豆，你要不要？
我不要。我挡过了，我挡过了。
啊，好。他已经筹了5200刀了，这兄弟还是能筹啊。
还可以啊。
筹满就筹到6420刀，反正他就承诺有下一届，是这样。
对。我声音变了，对，我声音我换了个麦克风，所以声音变了。但是我没有，我用的是音箱，所以我这边可能会，你们感觉会有点混响。因为我一说话，我的那个反听嘛，就是会有一个反听在音箱里面，然后音箱声音就回来，就有点，就听起来好像有点混响，就像唱歌你开了混响一样。我一会儿去找个耳塞看看。
今天反正是3场的播器啊，今天。
对，他还在调整嘛，他现在还在调整。我去找个耳塞看看会不会好一点，因为耳塞我就可以把音箱关掉。哎呀，声音嘛，听听就习惯了。
今天晚上播完比赛，我应该能够把那个《生化危机》的那个 DLC 打完啊，蛮好玩的这个游戏，这个 DLC。大家如果说喜欢的话，也可以去自己玩一下，蛮有意思的。
帮你没进决赛，帮你半决赛，半决赛对赛罗。
那他就是半决赛了。
感觉他没什么机会啊，他这个怎么说呢？他的 TVZ 看了一下，之前机会不大啊。我去找个耳塞。
Oh, no problem, man. All good, bro. Alright, guys, I'm gonna host up the first map. It's gonna be Babylon. For those who don't know, Babylon is a map.
今天为什么是土豆党呢？哎呀，原因很简单，就黄哥推流。
You know all about Babylon. Basically, it's the creation myth from the Minnesotan tribes about the first baby that came from the
黄哥这个推流
beyond the Lon-Mon.
用这张照片挡的，说实话，妈了个鸡！我都有点快不认识自己了。我有那么瘦吗？这个把我跟黄哥弄得瘦的有点过了啊。
That actually, basically, there was a lot of cannibalism. And there's a lot of cannibalism on this map. If you guys look at the moopies on the side of this map, they are cannibalizing. Okie doke, guys. We've got a lobby link there going out. Did we say Cyril red, right? Cyril is going red. Get out of that slot, Bunny. He's taking your slot. There we go. Bunny goes in blue. And just going to make sure all these boys and girls do get in here. Just you, Odzing.
四班都媲美，哎呀！ 呀，哎呀，老了呀，你妈的！哎，不过话又说回来，一个是老了，第二个是，就我没有那么注意这种皮肤的这种，就比如说。我最多冬天我擦个那种雪花膏这种东西，就防止那个皮肤开裂嘛。平常什么？
你在说话，听听。
他妈的！喂，hello， 123，怎么了？
哦，开了。你说话听听。
123，45678。
we're going to be doing a big
不，也就擦个雪花膏，这个是极限的。你让我什么搞什么这种什么洗面奶洗脸啊，这不现实，没那么在意。
哎，我现在声音有那个有那种回音吗？
没有，是我不是你是没有回音的，是我有回音，我会听到我的回音。你听到个毛啊？
你为什么会听到你的回音啊？
我说你用那个麦克风嘛，有时候我的声音会有回音。
哦，就有一点点嘛，其实就有一点。
现在没有。
现在没了呀，我把这个关掉了呀。我把
现在没有。
我已经关掉这个音箱了，你现在不可能有回音。
对，现在没有。
And they did it to us in school all the fucking time. It's my recess, not fucking yours. You can't take it away. Get out of here.
那减肥谁都想减的呀，但减肥是一件很反人类的事情。我觉得我很难减，没有这个实力，没有这个毅力，应该说是。
Thank you, Darlo Parlo, for the tier 1 sub. What do you want? Huh? Timestamps. Where is the timestamp?
They'll show up later. Alright, just type something down.
Oh, I didn't even know that was a setting.
今天是他最后一天了，所以说他一定要把这个6000多刀筹完，好吧？才能有下一届。所以他今天这个流程会非常的慢啊，这种场间的流程。
Alright, everybody, let's go. It's the final day of PIG Fest and our first semi-finals, a big best of 7 here. You can see Bunny shaking his hands out before the game even started.
今天我下午还抽了空，看了一下昨天那个亚运会的那个入场。就开幕式，我只能说有点牛逼，我靠！昨天那个，
你在哪里看的？
在那个就是油管上看的。
我还以为你在现场看的呢。
我现场看个毛！昨天晚上妈的，老子跟你在直播，我靠！开幕的时候我在高速上，
我还以为你现场看的呢。我去搞了个不线耳塞。
And he's going up against a player who he did manage to defeat the last time they played last year in Atlanta. Of course, Basilisk Serral. Interestingly, Serral is not opening up with the famous 15 hatchery build. He's been doing that a lot, but I think he knows his opponents expect it, and so he does like to mix it up. Starting with a 16 hatchery build, and this is Serral's map.
好了，第一把帮你打 Serral 啊。
Text over the production in the top left. Let's get rid of that. This is the US West server to start. Serral did lose the coin toss, which is why we are starting on the Korean-favored map, or server, I should say. But because he was the highest seed, he still got to pick whether he picked the first map or not.
帮你机会不大，看今天帮你怎么用战术吧。打 Serral 真的需要用一些不太常规的战术。
For Bunny, then altitude for Serral in our first couple of matches, and we'll give you guys.
你还不能无脑偷，因为 Serral 现在也会打。
It's going to finish on Gressven, which is really weird. Going to Gressven only on game 7. I thought Bunny would pick that earlier, but kind of shows that Bunny's style a little bit different to some of the other Terrans that love the pushing path on.
现在就是全世界的人族选手都在盯着就 Serral 的 ZVT 到底怎么来破解。
I would normally say it's a 2-1-1, but
虽然新补兵快出来，但是 我觉得 Zero 的强势应该不太会变，他还是会很强势。
Third drone sneaking out there on the right side for Serral. And sorry guys, bad observing there. Just kind of had a bit of a hitch on me mouse, so just swapping that mouse out for a better one. There we go. Reaper's going to come in. Zerglings are ready for it. Now, Bunny is known as a very aggressive momentum player. Just before this series started, we were warming up the stream by reviewing the last series they played. It's a long time ago. It's a different meta, a more turtley map pool.
应该是两船兵的开局。
Bunny ended up defeating Serral the last time they played with a surprise held out timing, catching him off on waterfall and a beautiful two-base push. Finishing off Serral on
他这两船兵怎么搞？因为两船兵有很多种变化，比如他可以选择一船运输机两船兵，然后火车侠一波，这一招也很猛。这种很常规的两船兵，其实在现在的星际争霸的体系中，其实很少能够看到。对于人族来说，经济太亏了，而且重组每个timing点都卡死的情况下，人族很难占到便宜。
黄哥，
是不是阿奎嘛？阿奎怎么了？
没事啊。
难得呀，我靠！
我亲戚呢？
哎呀，阿奎
He probably expects this to be a 3 barracks build order because that's more in the meta.
哎呀，角色你注意点身体。
To overreact a little bit, maybe mass a few too many zerglings, but for now, mass queen is the solid way to start things off.
什么东西啊？
太夸张了，是吗？
我说你太夸张了，我那天数了一下，你一天打了15盘刀塔。
有15盘吗
？15盘这种，
我靠！
那说明他喜欢玩刀塔，好吧？
有点夸张，没有，我觉得他并不喜欢玩刀塔，他跟我说他要干死你，
干火，
他的原话呀。我说你那么拼干嘛？他说他要干死孙玉峰。
他现在就找借口啊！你妈的，已经明明已经赌注都已经赌约都已经结束了，他还每天能打15盘多塔，那说个毛
！15盘刀塔太麻烦。
The one on the top looks like it's going to stay there momentarily, just to give him a little bit of early warning.
两船兵啊，这个是一个比较常规的两船兵的打法。好久没听到阿辉的声音了，主要他很久没来这个 YY 了。那问题是为什么他没来这个 YY 呢？你可以跟法人打，法人也很猛。
我比法人猛多了，我已经打到皇后200多名了。
这你妈！那你不是随便干法人？
我现在干只能跟那些就是斗鱼现在就自走棋那帮直播的主播在一起打。
法人你妈真的每天都在打，但是就是不会变强。
这个游戏还是说真的还是蛮好玩的。哎，这不是气将帮你吗？
你说的没错，汉人。
两船兵其实没有打到什么东西啊，也没有说把 Zero 的军团压得很厉害。
And Serral's going to try and secure this fourth base in the far top right.
四矿看能不能直接强点退啊！后面那个地雷是个很关键的存在。点爆了！我靠！
哎，帮你可以啊！今天他妈准备的东西。
Zero 怎么会来点爆基地的？这个不太对啊。
对，一般来说是不太会被点爆的。但没什么用啊，这三船兵也就这样了。
That's why Bunny does delay for a very long time. Carapace is on the way as well as Baneling speed. Serral's got a macro hatchery on the way. A lot of Zergs forget to build that macro hatchery. If your fourth gets delayed, it is so important to have extra production. Serral sees a third command center now landed. 53 workers for Terran, 56 for Zerg. That is very good. Usually,
这个基地被点爆还是有点伤的，严重影响了自己的这个扩张的节奏。
他其实这个时候可以2矿一起开了，就左右两边一起展开。
他没有，他家里面放了个基地，他觉得从来不太够。
哎，阿奎，我明天让我老婆把耳机给你。
老婆回来了，
回来了呀，他昨天就回来了。你昨天问我的时候，他们就回来了。
你不那天就把他弄好了吗？
没有去，那天他不在。
哦。
黄哥为了打高塔真的拼儿子生日了。
The Lings engaging with those Marines on the top. One of the medevacs falls, another medevac getting damaged. Marines starting to get picked off.
那天早上我在打高塔，然后看到黄哥早上上线了，我说黄哥你不是你儿子过世，你老婆陪你儿子去外地了吗？
有没有可能多大是他第二个儿子呢？
我觉得能不能这样说？高塔可能是他第一个儿子，他现在的儿子是他。
Still Cyril at a low economy. He's feeling forced to mass Zerglings right now and Banelings. He's feeling claustrophobic.
帮你顶不进去呀，这顶半天。
He's kind of waiting for Bunny to make a mistake, and he's like, "Look, Bunny will overstep."
但是军坦其实控的还行啊，没有输过半场。
怎么顶都顶不进去。
军坦控的。这个局面要打一个后期了，因为邦尼没有办法一拳把Cyril打死。
And it's a much stronger beginning after a rough early couple of rounds the other day.
有人说邦尼还能在10分钟前再顶一波。
Free pickoffs. Units lost to have 2-1 in favor of Bunny. Very nice for him, though it has only been small skirmishes so far.
出地雷。
两
VF 待会出地雷，这样的话地雷的数量还是蛮多的。
感觉要打到后期了，这么打真的要打到后期。
肯定要打后期了。Cyril 也没想过现在冲你啊，他反3本那么快，到了3本我飞蛇牛这种，
对他都是防守型的打法，他不太主动进攻，就防守跟你慢慢打。
你上军坦我就跟你包一波，对吧？包完了我就把军坦再往前铺一点。
And he's going to have to take very clean engagements. If you let the Terran get out on workers, it is not a good thing for the Zerg, as you do tend to trade much.
现在对于Cyril来说，这个军坦非常的重要啊！这军坦如果能够铺得快一点的话，对于待会儿这个预警啊、什么包抄这种都是很有帮助的。
哎呦！
哎，这个失误了，失误了。啊，这波包完之后，军坦又能往前再蹭一波。
That does make things a little bit of the momentum kind of taken out of his sails. Ling Bane up there does see the drop getting redropped, but Spores and Queens are here.
声音也变了，哎呀，听着听着就习惯了。
Shows good discipline around the select all army key that he hasn't used yet.
我来听一听看看有哪里变。
You'll probably have to run SCVs and lift this base.
我来听一听啊，我来听一听。
Widowmine and siege tanks there. It's a bit scary to engage into that when you don't know where the rest of the army is.
有变化吗？
Vipers are coming out, +2 melees on the way. Carapace did already finish. Adrenal Glands also on the way. Drop comes back in the main. Cyril's very quick to respond, but it's only a trickle of
没有变化呀，我就是这个声音啊。
Looks like 2 drones and a bunch of Zerglings
没有，这不一样，不一样。
That'll be amazing. He can come back to drop a little bit later. Lives in mines getting sieged on the front line. Great setup here. Cyril's going to roll in with a few Banelings trying to slow this advance. Does get a couple of OK.
这是邦尼这把，这是邦尼这把最后推了一波。如果他推不出去的话，他推不进去就只能在家里面防守。 They get on top of those units. There's a little bit of friendly fire from the tanks, but these trades are amazing for Bunny. He is up at more than double the efficiency. 有飞蛇，这个 Cyril 在等飞蛇，飞蛇能量只要吸好了之后，他就直接过来干了。啊，飞蛇来了，看下怎么搞，看下怎么搞。
他就是等飞蛇之后出来冲一波。
先误坦克嘛，先误坦克，对，主要误坦克，然后误把运输机嘛。两把全部误坦克，
他就误坦克，误完了冲开就行了。
巴尼要开始当乌龟了，他不可能再出门了。
归不了啊！我觉得打 Zero 真的归不了。
他已经试着出门了呀，出门被包成这样了，怎么办呢？
完了，基地都滚飞了，还独乌龟。
乌龟啊，当乌龟啊！
这个局面已经很难打了。
是很难打，
真的很难打，因为 Zero 的经济太好了，他现在经济应该至少是一个3500以上的收入，他无限冲锋了，可以。他不会给你3基地运营的机会，就一直
已经在转刺蛇了。就算你当乌龟对吧？我待会儿刺蛇狗毒包来冲你。
他就是带飞蛇呀，刺蛇狗毒包带飞蛇一直冲。
感觉没什么机会。这波兵能不能强行秒掉基地啊？有光头的在的话，应该能秒掉。搭不起来，搭不起来。但这个基地不影响大局啊。
Remember that Cyril was not on a great work account earlier in this game, but the Ducks coming in from the Vipers, taking out those medevacs by pulling them into the Queens. Bunny losing those medevacs and the okay, I can't kill you right now. I need to build a few more command centers.
我反正听不出来有啥区别，但是观众老说有区别。我戴着耳机试了一下，我听了一个这个反听的声音，
没什么区别。
对呀，
区别没有想象中那么大，但是妈的。观众就觉得不一样，就这么简单。
哎呀，一会儿就习惯了。你妈孙一峰这种那么烂的麦克风，你们都习惯了。
哎呦，没错。但无所谓啊，这个地方只要在军团内冲的话，就随便冲。刺蛇来了，包抄，推到军团外面去，这个推到军团外面的很关键。
Dude, Bunny's just pushing through. There's 80 Zerglings about to come out.
三矿又
在被搞，帮你这波有点凶啊！
三矿在被搞，
三矿搞了一下埋地，好烦。
但你三矿一搞，帮你就停下来了。变毒爆号。
Going to try and come in with a bit of a flank, but watch out, that Widow Mine gets a good shot to start off. A Queen takes one of the other shots to the face.
在这留这波边，他不让你走，
他直接留。拖了，我靠！
啊，不过说的还行，说的还行，
还行，没被包还行。
对，主力留下来了，还行。
他刚才那个就断了邦尼的节奏啊，本来这个邦尼是很顺的往前在推。
Bunny is expanding to both sides of the map at once. This is absolute chaos energy. Only Bunny would be mad enough to do this. Expanding to two opposite sides of the map basically infers that Bunny thinks he's going to have map control for the next few minutes of this game. This is either a brilliant
他又开始多线穿狗，然后不停的搞你。我帮你地雷还可以啊，我觉得帮你这两波很强硬啊，这面。
他要换家，他要换家了。
这路换得动吗？
哎，没换。
他换不动啊，他正面要处理掉。
要包，
直
接 A 了，
装了走，但是有飞蛇。武传兵能投下来，有节奏起来了，
打得很好，
节奏起来了，血池打了，装了再走。
He plays every single game like this high momentum, crazy.
再投下来，这两个防空立功了，这两个防空力大功。
这你妈，这真的立大功了，这两个防空。好了，一全倒，一个都不要走。啊，这两个防空太关键了。
哇，不是这两个防空，他妈的，我觉得 Zero 已经快没了。这两个防空直接把所有4传兵留下来。
The unit's lost time shows 23 SCVs have died, whereas only 11 drones have died.
不 ，Zero 还是有些危险，他已经没有精力来处理这外面的这些地雷了。如果过一会儿不注意路过，再中个大的，可能就直接就没了。你看他已经路过了，已经路过了，有没有中？
中了一点，
不知道炸了多少啊！地刺拖出来了，10个地刺。Zero 你妈的什么时候变的呀？10个地刺。
帮你这种打法，他一定要出地刺，因为你是没有鬼兵的，你是这种速推的这种打法。我地刺就稳住我的矿就行了。
我靠！他妈突然憋出10个地刺，那还打毛啊？这推不进去了。
6点钟下面那个地方肯定推不进去，但是上面的矿我觉得还是有
推不进去。他地刺走了。上面不怕的，上面有地雷，他上面地刺不能走，地刺走了基地要被推。他这地刺走的有点飘逸啊，飞蛇也被摸了。
他应该留个3、4个地刺来防守这片矿，然后其他的去搞。他
对地刺不该走。
他地刺拆矿去的，因为地刺有射程嘛，对他来说。
强拆。
你救不了。强行修吗？
这强行修不了呀。地刺拆建筑太快了，我觉得邦尼正面接不住，正面这个地刺太多了，他的光头机枪的部队接不住这波正面。
他只能用铁放者坦克来应对地刺，他不用鬼兵嘛？这如果不用鬼兵，
他应该是没有经济在转鬼兵的。现在经济太紧了，他用解放者和坦克可能会节奏快一些。
又有一种一个地刺买，烦死了。
A bit of mining time, not too bad, but good reaction by Bunny, and if he can get a few more orbitals, maybe a Raven would make sense.
这种埋地刺是很浪费雷达的。
But it might actually make sense to lift that starport onto a tech lab, you know, take that.
这是他绝活啊！就第一次出来之后，一个一个去你矿区后面搞事儿。
你看你要坦克过来架，然后再撒把雷达，这个几个操作下来很烦，
主要人族节奏就被拖住了，这样子一拖。
对。
So Serral is forcing mass tank as well as some ghosts. He probably should start working on a Broodlord transition if he wants to play this game slow.
帮你继续摸基地。
Kind of dead weight units the longer this game goes, especially against heavy tank. Nice move for Bunny. He runs in and takes out a hatchery.
我得往回退一点。地雷有没有？哎，炸的不错，这波地雷。Zero 为了守这个基地，其实损失挺大的，而且基地还被摸掉了。
必须转鬼兵，这个不转鬼兵真打不了第四。
好了，开始转了，4个鬼兵营造。
飞蛇误到下面的坦克，你这个根本就发挥不出你的坦克的优势。
I like the mix of widow mines everywhere. That's what makes it so annoying for Zerg to engage into.
误一把，
Lurker's got some good shots. I
把
don't
你
think
这
Bunny
个
realized
反
there's
应
3
很
Lurkers
快
down
啊
the cliff to the right.
瞬间拉开啊！再拉一个，这不就是 Zero 最喜欢的这种打法吗？然后各种利用魔法的兵种来跟你耗。直接滚了，基地应该没了。
没了，我觉得邦尼耗不过了，他们完全被地刺拖住了。经济上已经有了比较大的一个差距了，这样的话。Zero 下面2片矿开起来了。邦尼现在想靠鬼兵慢慢消耗回来。EMP 呢？
他可以这个，
哎呀，没有 EMP。
这个鬼兵数量，飞车是可以拉的，你又不是有10来个鬼兵。
他慢慢攒呢，但是他鬼兵不一定攒得起来。
他上面给你打的时候，下面的矿
Zero 也失误了吗？
哦，
看到了。
这就是李培南所说的，你在上面跟他打的时候，然后你觉得自己有机会，然后突然发现下面的矿他已经全部开起来了。
I think he might be feeling, because this map is small, if he denies this base and this base, he can play slow. And he's not wrong.
下面矿已经全部开起来了。
The fact that he's not rebuilding SCVs means he will have a much bigger army at max compared to Serral. Hatchery is there. Going down in that bottom left corner of the map. Sensor Tower does see it, funnily enough. So he's going to stim some bio down. See how quickly Bunny scans. Instantly, and doesn't lose a single unit to the lurker.
帮你一片矿都掉不起啊！只要掉一片矿，帮你的经济就没了。
+3 range finally coming in for Serral. Still no plan for any sort of Broodlord swap, but with 13 siege tanks.
但是你经济跟 Zero 比差很远啊，除非 Zero 无脑送。但他每次都带飞蛇的，他操作又好。
哎呀，这个只要矿不掉，对吧？慢慢鬼兵号。
帮你只能把上面的矿开起来，慢慢开起来再说。靠地雷。
运气不是很好，没拉到有兵的。
3vf 出坦克。
For a while, we kept seeing Zergs so addicted to parasitic bomb, they would parasitic bomb in that scenario. But once you have a clump of Hydras, way better to abduct, especially if you time it.
你现在这个打法，如果 Zero 打着转播大龙，你怎么办？
大龙他有鬼兵的呀，他3个 VF， 他出一轮雷神不就好了？
You really want to wait for Bunny to feel forced to
不会转大龙的。
this base or this base. And Serral's kind of passively putting on pressure.
他现在还要继续耗。
你这个 VS 的科技，你必须要全部开起来。这个
你先开嘛，他先开，然后耗2轮。
哦 ！And actually, that's a great trade for Serral. Cancel the hatch. Only loses 75 minerals. And he's kind of baiting Bunny into these not great fights. Remember, Bunny can't really replace these units very well. Serral can. Nice snipe does go down, damaging that lurker. The other one does get broken there as the lurker gets far enough away. Spire starting up tells us Serral is realizing, okay.
应该是，其实 Zero 如果冲下面可能会好一点吧，他冲下面那边矿，上面这边矿就放了。哎，邦尼现在是肯定不出门的，他要把12点的矿开起来。
对，现在其实 Zero 的最重要的经济点其实是下面的，就下面的那3片矿是最重要的3个经济点。
对。邦尼还想开下面矿吗？他觉得上面已经防守做完了，去做下面的防守。
The series became very aggressive after that, and this is kind of the same
一直拉呀，坦克这种东西。
哎呦 ，Zero 这波其实有点伤，有点伤，这波冲锋，不过还是悟出来了，最后。
坦克换掉了，
他悟出来了。其实刚才在这个拐角的时候 ，Zero 的冲锋是有点问题的。
对，但是
他中了阴 P， 刚刚是第一波。
还要买活，
邦尼没什么钱 ，Zero 有钱。
邦尼的三矿已经踩的差不多了。现在其实他主要就是12点钟那片分矿在各种的这个挖金。
他不想让 Zero 把下面的这个下边8点钟这片矿开起来。
这收入其实已经差很远了。
What is Bunny's play? He's got 9 tanks. He's building 3 more right now. He's also got a nuke on the way, but greatest buyers coming in. If you end up too nuke heavy with only 6 ghosts that shoot up,
困兽之斗啊，感觉
没什么机会。
看起来好像是打得有来有回，但是真的感觉上没有机会。
他其实中期一度还是有机会的，就是第一次出来之前的那段时间是有机会的。然后第一次一出来就被拖住了。
这个边已经没什么好打的呀，又没东西。
他第一次被拖住的时候就没机会了。
I would say killing this base is not important, but if he can
好了，终于把12点的矿熬起来了啊！终于熬起来了12点的矿，慢慢架过去，然后熬起来再说。
You know, a few widow mines moved forward. It's so hard to engage this area, but if you can just keep attacking the south, which is what Serral's focusing on, you break through this area, you hit the production, and you say, guess what? You can't just center your whole army on one location. He's using changelings to scout right now. And he's going to go for it one more time.
这个时候如果有个虫洞进家，或者投点房子进去的话，那这个。
但你没地方投呀，你说投进去。
你从那个下面那个2矿那个人族2矿那个位置上直接投上去。
对，你哪有地方投嘛？没有地方投的。
But ever since that first big push got cleaned up in the north with those early blinding clouds. It feels like that was almost a game winner. It's put Serral
好了，核弹慢慢往上切。
detected.
但 Serral 找核弹太牛逼了，根本中不了。
Oh, cleans it up.
真的，他找核弹那个上次看的那个他的第一视角找核弹太夸张了。
拉，哇，
又是2把步，他这个步的太好了。
Oh my lord, that is a delicious engagement for Sarah.
农民没怎么死，但悟的太好了。
Can't really keep up at this point. Falling back into defensive play for a Terran and playing it well, Bunny shows he's got the chops to play good defensive styles. The problem is that he did not have the setup for it from earlier in the game. Remember, he got a 4th command center, a 2nd factory, and then he went all out on the aggression, and those first blinding clouds were just a bit too effective.
邦尼是真的没钱了，现在这些钱都是牙缝里面省出来的。
他耗不动了，他经济上有很大的差距，耗不动了。Zero 比其他虫族强的一点就是他跟对面打防守的时候，他最后这几波冲锋，他每波战损都不会亏得太厉害，甚至有时候还能赚，所以他能跟你打交换，这是他最厉害的地方。其他虫族也这么冲，但是其他虫族冲完了之后战损就亏得一匹。
现在如果 Zero 转播大龙出来的话，这邦尼居然知道他也没有钱转雷神。
But it's more about the impact in terms of how the players read each other and how they adjust as the series goes on that really does matter. And Cyril, I mean, he had to work for this pretty damn hard, but it's a confidence booster that he survived because Bunny was hitting him with drops left, right, and center. He was really all over him in the early mid game. Felt like he kept
剩下就大家耗了呀，没什么机会了。
Sat on 55, 56 workers for a long time, then 70 workers.
这边也被打出缺口了。
Once he managed to take that one good fight, Cyril got control, and you can see Cyril's comfort level in the late game.
这里房子被打掉之后，待会儿他 Cyril 就搞一小坨狗过来跟你拆你基地，你也没办法。
对，然后在右边再冲你右边。不过这把我觉得邦尼打的挺好的，中期一度还有点机会。
打得挺好。
比想的打得好多了，但实力还是有差距吧。就是中间在第次出来之前的那段时间打的都很好，但第次一出来就把他拖住了。
Obviously, not much to hype up here, guys. Sarah got a big advantage about 14 minutes ago, 15 minutes ago, and it's just been working hard from there. Bunny's made him play well from there.
他现在死一个坦克就是一个坦克，没钱呀！你现在坦克都死不，
随便耗就行了。
鬼兵也要死。
Going after the tanks, he even throws a fungal on the siege tank there. Those other units, Hydra's going up that left side, and you may have a nice entrenchment on the right, but if you can't defend your production, then it will not.
步兵点这块已经是有一个。
哎，他想藏自己的这个，没藏好。不过无所谓了，这个真的是无所谓了。邦尼没钱了，随便耗啊。
As long as he's kind of resetting his mindset, I think one of the funny things is we've had that argument about leaving games early so many times, and people have said, well, yeah, but
就想怎么耗怎么耗了。
Going into the next game. And that's why, absolutely, if you're going to be tilted from staying in a game you're losing, you should just leave. Which is why the real secret isn't you should never leave.
第一次也可以找机会右边、左边趴一下。
In a losing situation and from a losing situation. Our next series after this one is Hero vs Dark, the second semifinals, and that is 2 players who are completely unaffected mentally by losing. The depot wall actually did pretty well there, man. That was a sick little setup. But he's
这个12点的矿就没有
12点矿冲飞就结束了，
对，没有什么好好踩过。
他只要冲飞就结束了，这个地方没什么办法。
对，他连这种都不往上 A， 他还回去再等你下来，我再来一波，然后飞车吸满能量，我待会儿再误你坦克，真的稳。
邦尼没钱呢，守不住。其实 Zero 主要就他那个飞蛇用的太好了，每次冲锋他的飞蛇又不死，然后还能够占到便宜。
Not to say they'll fragment if they lose a map here or there and fall apart and start crying their eyes out, but definitely something I'm going to keep track of. You know, do they perform better as they start winning versus as they start losing, or are they going to be able to defy those expectations?
转大龙了，终于是忍不住了，大龙结束战斗了。
对，因为你其实邦尼也没有经济来转 雷神和，其实我都觉得不用大龙的，但邦尼没有经济转雷神 Ghost， 只有3个 Ghost。
他这
正面冲就完事儿了，好，第一次左边也来了。
他这3个飞车只要悟出来就赢了。
左边再搞一波，第一次直接进家去趴，哇，这个一趴，
帮你
想死的心都有。
都不知道该怎么处理这个第4，
处理不了，
都不知道该怎么处理这点。
他完全处理不了这个地方。
And Cyril here is taking such technical engagements. He's keeping the units lost at very, very kind of even. Remember, it's been about 7,000 to 10,000 behind for Cyril for the last 10 minutes of this game. And it hasn't widened at all.
好了，你现在把我第四结了是吧？把我沉淀人口可以变大龙了。
And it's the best way to do it.
处理这个第4都已经处理的想死
I feel
了。
like Bunny's facial expression hasn't changed for the last 10 minutes. So. I don't think he is upset.
完全处理不了这第4。
Just kind of like, yeah, we'll just drag this out, see what we can make happen. Life gives you lemons, make lemonade. Life gives you a very rough.
我靠，邦尼不想退呀，真的是。
Your parasites on the way as well.
100几人口都不退。
To finish things off, we've got the
冲人
liberators
退了，
getting
冲人退，
inducted.
妈个知道，想想下一把怎么打吧。
对啊，他是真觉得自己有机会，对吧？但他应该不知道 Zero 的存款，所以觉得还能耗。但实际上，在 Zero 的视角上来说，他只要一直不停的消耗邦尼的这个12点的经济就行。
大龙来了，大龙来了！
啊，那更没机会了。大龙来了，你坦克阵也站不住，结束了。啊，最后大龙收割。
啊，这大龙拿头打。
机器，
看到大龙就机器了，没什么说法，没办法。
打了33分钟。怎么感觉 Zero 的表情对自己表现不是很满意啊？
他今天状态开场的时候不是很好嘛？那个基地一般来说是不可能被打爆的。你看顶级冲突怎么可能被打爆基地嘛？
一上来感觉打得不是很好。
I was like, we'll just talk about the series and the mindset because there's not that much going on.
就一打到后期，你就感觉，就邦尼和 Zero 的这个差距就无限放大。
You absolutely can put lipstick on a pig. Hello. Alright, guys, we're gonna have a really quick break. Thank you so much, everyone who's been supporting the tournament all week long, especially Grow Mine. Thank you so much. Thanks to the amazing event. Your detailed analyses, explanations, strategies, etc. Even for diehard SCP, even for diehard StarCraft fans, remarkable, informative. Such a pleasure. Thank you. Way too complimentary. I hope for Pig Sty Festival 5. Thank you so much for the $10, mate. Dalo Palo as well. Thank you, everyone. You got yourself some raffle tickets with that donation as well to win yourself the Balance Wine shirt or one of the mouse pads. Don't go anywhere, guys. We'll be right back in just a minute. Oh, if you donate towards the Pig Fest prize pool,
哇，他第一把打完就开始宣传衣服啦。
不是，他这个衣服是，就那么多签名的，他这个衣服有啥意义呢？
有没有可能是就众筹可能会送给那些众筹的那个？
他不，他就只有一件，他怎么送啊？
价高者得呀！
这你妈！
那怎么？那不然怎么？
只有一件这个衣服啊！
他衣服宣传完还有宣传鼠标垫的呀，不要慌呀！
这。
Turtle Terran Sunks, Loco. The Warp Prism should cost gas, according to Lambo. 3 racks is OP, says Rotterdam. Scarlet says, if you install StarCraft, you're already 6,500 MMR with Protoss. You don't even need to know how to play the game. Protoss OP and Terran's Cry, says Spirit. Ghost, remove it from the game, says, I believe, is that Reyna? Who said that one? I think that's Reyna. Also, Age of Empires is better than StarCraft 2 from DeMuslim with a smiley face. So guys, don't forget to get pitchforks out and go over to his crappy Age of Empires stream and tell him he's wrong. Zerg Imba, Warp Prism should cost 25 supply from Cyril himself. I think that's my favorite, that Cyril's complaining about the Warp Prism. So we've got only one of those.
他身上这件也不是这个衣服嘛，反正我觉得应该就这一件。
他就这一件衣服呀，
就这一件，
他没有其他衣服。然后他还有个鼠标垫，他这个是他自己的鼠标垫嘛，上面都是 pig 嘛，他这个对不对嘛？
对啊，
就他自己的鼠标垫。
by all of the big dogs. You're gonna come with a Serral.
那鼠标垫应该是也有签名的啊，我看 Serral 签名的。
对，右边马入 Serral 这些的。
应该也大概也就这一张。
对，他就带到这个石油杯的时候让他们签的嘛。
So getting there, guys, we are individually handwriting out raffle tickets and chucking them in here. It's $5 for a raffle ticket, and we'll post those out to you wherever you are in the world, even if we have to hire
又是价高者得吗？
away from Australia to the opposite side. So if you
李平南没签，李平南当时输了比赛，
对他找李平南签，李平南输了比赛说不爽就不想签。
对。
然后他组织比赛去找李平南，李平南也不打，得罪了已经。
不打是
得罪了。
不打是因为这个输给了东拉姑好像那段时间。
对。说他这个麦克风不错，他这个是什么麦克风吗？是 USB 的，我感觉像。不知道这个是什么麦克风。我现在用的是一个铁三角的，我买的什么 AT2040，900多块，999。然后你没有说我的声音很奇怪，
是有点奇怪。
但我自己又感觉不出来，我自己听那个
不重要
直播，我听了一下也感觉不出来。
重要。
Also, Age of Empires is better than StarCraft 2 from DeMuslim with a smiley face. So guys, don't forget to get your pitchforks out and go over to his crappy Age of Empires stream and tell him he's wrong. Zergimba, Warp Prism should cost 25 supply from Serral himself. I think that's my favorite.
不如以前的那个。
没有以前那种感觉了。其实你最好就是把你以前那个麦，对吧？就加现在这个麦，你都说两句，然后或者你录个声音，你两个听听看声音，你就能听出来了。现在他妈的这种听是有点难听出来的呀，你想想看是不是？
我以前的那个麦，它主要是耳机嘛，我不想戴耳机，你知道吗？
我知道你不想戴，我就说嘛，你就有差别嘛，就这种差别。
我去，我试一试以前那个吧，我把以前那个插回来，好吧？
插看，
插回来看看。
让大家也试试看嘛，这个东西无所谓的呀，就试试看无所谓的。
And I was like, oh, do you have really bad ping to Central? Because like obviously if it's really unfair, you know, we do prioritize competitive equality between the players over everything else. But since most Koreans live in Seoul,
我是觉得声音其实变化不大，但是肯定是有变化。
Most of them try to do it this way.
变化真不大啊，我是这么认为的。
I believe this is the fairest way to do it. Between the two, there'll be slight variation between different players in Europe. But
我换回来了，有变化吗？
对啊，现在声音就正常了呀。
就正常的吗？
对啊，这个才是你的声音啊！
我听一听啊，有变化吗？
对啊，现在声音就正常了呀。
就正常的吗？
对啊，这个才是你的声音啊！
我听一听啊，有变化吗？
对啊，现在声音就正常了呀。
就正常的吗？这你妈的！但是这个耳机戴着很难受呀。
我就问你是不是你自己有没有听出来嘛？
我听出来了一点点。那我不是亏大了？这个你妈的999又浪费掉了。我他妈专门买的，我想买个贵点的，但是好像999麦克风好像也不是很贵。那我不是血亏？
你说的没有错，他们不。黄哥，这个东西，
老子包装都扔了，7天无理由退货，我他妈包装扔掉了呀，那怎么退呢？
给法人啦，不要慌，妈个这法人反正是肯定要的。
找懂的人调一下。 没有调呀，我这个也没调呀，我就插上去就是这个呀。我这个是用的是耳麦，我这个耳麦也是铁三角的，也是铁三角的，但是这个耳麦比较贵，这个耳麦铁三角的2000多，然后这个麦克风是999。我现在用的这个耳麦是专门用来做直播，就是这个叫做电竞，就是体育直播用的。
耳麦我觉得就那个麦的问题，麦的问题是不一样的。你自己听出来的嘛，对吧？就这个声音明显就
这声音更通透一点。
哎，对，那个有点闷，就感觉。
用的声卡呀，我就是用的声卡呀，我用的是雅马哈的这个什么 AG03的声卡，还是便宜了，得买个贵的。不是，我找了很久，我不想用那个电容麦，因为电容麦它这个收音太灵敏了。我找了一个这个叫做什么，这个什么麦啊？这个叫动圈的麦。结果你们说声音不行，
把照片取消，把照片取了。
哦，那不是血亏。
哎呀，就当买个教训了。你然后把这个送给法人。
哎，我送给法人也没用，他都插不上。哎呀，又浪费钱了呀，1000块呢，我操！
没什么，黄哥。也不浪费，兄弟们可以抽，他们说。火车女妖啊，但这个女妖并没有隐形啊，这个女妖只是为了防你走蟑螂的这个战术。那 Zero 的确也是走蟑螂，那这个算是被帮你是算到了，没有问题啊。隐形还是生的，但不管怎么说，只要女妖出来，对吧？他生了隐形，那就说明这个邦尼会出第2架女妖，2架女妖，这个我觉得随便防啊。哎，邦尼没看到正面蟑螂出门，
这蟑螂有点快。
对，没看到蟑螂出门。哎，你升隐形，第2架女妖，他按了。
没看到，这波打伤了，这波肯定打伤了。
这个位置有点二啊，这都没看到。
这波肯定打伤了，一个女妖没用。
守肯定是能守住的。
对，但是他这波可以强换农民的。
有点烦现在。哎，农民上去还行啊。还可以
，Zero 不够狠打的，他就是压一下。
Zero 在刚才在找这个帮你的这个火车，他找不到火车也有点虚，你知道吗？
还行吧，但这样的话农民没怎么死还行。
对，
放龟兔赛跑咸鱼店卖了，这你说的没错，下次去把它卖了，反正也没人要，妈的，然后999卖1块是吧？是这个套路吗？
这边不是黄哥，这边有兄弟提出来50包邮。
妈的，龟兔赛跑这个不是卖1块吗？起拍价1块，然后最多也就拍到个几啊，好像拍到过几百块的，好像。
对呀。
The man is a little intense, but with very good reason. It's why he has more attention to detail, more expectation of himself than any of us. Second Evo chamber will get taken out.
Zero 用的是9张算术，算了一波。
Only one drone went down so far. Banshees get pushed back. Good defense by Cyril. He's got a 4th base in the corner.
你要至少没有切到太多东西。蟑螂是没办法，这个蟑螂你 A 上去的时候，在高台已经是属于送在上面。
阿奎要的是耳机，阿奎不是要麦克风，他有麦克风。
他要麦克风搞毛啊！我靠，他他妈要麦克风搞毛，我就问你们。
哎呀，早知道我包装就不扔了，你妈就退你妈的！血亏。
哎呀，你这1000块就当是给你儿子的这个生日礼物算了，别想了。
算了，先放家里吧，以后说不定用得着呢。谁知道呢？
Losing one of them does weaken the power. And look at this. 11 roaches, 3 more. So it's 14 roaches with roach speed. 1-1 upgrades. Into infestors, ling speed, and a hydrodent. I'm very confused. Is Cyril playing roach hydro lurker? If so,
他们说
why
你
is he
寄
going
给
ling
Amos
speed?
让
Ling
Amos 用
speed
几遍，
usually
然后
means
放
just
在
swing
闲
the
鱼
Bane.
卖，然后跟
But he's
跟
also
你妈
going
貔貅说，
infestors.
你妈的
It's
Amos
rare
在
to
卖
ling Bane infestor.
在
Normally go ling Bane
那个
and
卖这个卖，
这你
What
妈
style of
还在 Amos， 还在 Amos。
of 2 different styles right now for Cyril. Really curious to see how he does it. Will he still go 2-2 range upgrades and just use Zerglings as a little bit of buffer, perhaps?
先放家里吧，说不定哪天用得着。
Marines dropping inside the main base. 4th base is up on 8 gases here for Cyril. Bunny needs to get some pressure off. Oh, needs might be a strong word. Let's be real. He's on 5 racks. He's got 3 bases. As long as he starts his 2-2. Oh, Bunny's doing one of his 1-1 plays, guys. He's doing one of his 1-1 builds. He's going to play just an all-in. 5 racks, Marine Tank, Medevac, all-in on 1-1 upgrades. Oh, and there is a lurker down on the way. So indeed it is just Lings for buffer. We should probably see +2 range after +1 range finishes. So it's a Roach Hydra lurker build with a couple of Zerglings mixed in. Cyril does need to leave units in the main, and he does, very studious of him, making sure he doesn't leave any openings. This is a very big all-in. Roaches are usually good at stopping this sort of stuff.
算了，就当买了个键盘。啊，心态好一点，是不是？
能定哦。
哎呦，定住了！
还定住，还定住。再来一把。这个反正一定要把你这2团兵吃掉了。
That's just like okay, you picked off a few Marines. Now a 4th command center starts, a 2nd factory and an armory.
第一次
So
好
Bunny is
快啊！这你妈
no
的
longer committing to the big all.
3本地次9分钟都有，就有地次
Cyril's
了。
catching up on the upgrades. And actually, he's not even catching up on the upgrades, is he? He's doing a lurker all in. He's not even going to make 2-2. He's just going to make 8 lurkers, lurker range, and he's going to try and shove with the early lurkers at the same time. Bunny is trying to
邦尼没有望2攻2防，邦尼的打法就是不升2攻2防的。
对，
升了，升了，升了。
他之前就是不升嘛，你还记得吗？
之前不升的。
他之前就是不升。
之前他是要把这个升攻防的钱直接是用来爆兵的，
没用呀，已经死了。
哎。
但其实你说攻防的钱能多报几个兵吗？也报不了几个兵。
那是啊，
也不知道他这个理解是什么理解。
被拖回来了。那你这样拖回来的话，那第4射程也升完了，待会飞射也出来了。
So 11 lurkers are up. He's building 3 more. Cyril has
飞射还没出来。
made the 2nd lurker upgrade. And that's unfortunate because if he doesn't
那他刚才门口那个是黄雾吗？他为什么要用黄雾啊？
nearly as fast as they should be. These are pretty slow.
有没有可能点错了？
我想他妈的不至于吧？一架女妖用黄雾这么奢侈啊？
有没有可能是点错了？
应该是点错了。
你说正常情况下就把它定了就好了呀，对吧？
对啊。
And he's got those lurkers on that right side.
啊，他不会 H 第一次在这里吧？
Tanks get jumped on. The Lings on the front. Lings
有可
very
能的
good
呀
at。jumping on tanks.
啊，先往后面
Even
啊，
with
他
no
没有
melee
没有
upgrades, they
H
take them out pretty quickly.
他又要第一次去搞你2矿啊，真的很贱这招，就是一波第一次到你2矿一爬，你就没什么办法。
你要这样搞，然后你的这个人族进攻的哎，这个绝壁 H 住了。啊，
没有，他就是去换2矿。啊，关键你救也很烦呀，他第一次跑得快。
好了，他们还一个在那边。
哎，不过下个版本第一次速度削了，可能会好一点，对吧？稍微好一点。这个侠客令真的烦，我靠！
斗鱼爸爸的一个活动，好吧？哎，空投！妈了个！
我靠，你妈的玩的花呀！
这波地次如果进家的话，岂不是遭重？
What I'd really love is a little bit more drop action. I feel like in the mobility war, that's where he can excel.
年底了，要想办法刷数据，忽悠股东，这你妈！你们在说什么东西啊
Cyril has been so good at mixing in these tricky plays lately, guys. He's going to try and get in behind the natural, maybe drop one in the main as well. I'd like to see him wait with them, though, or attack the front at the same time. If you're only hitting in one spot, I think it's a bit of a boo-boo. But if he attacks to the left side and tries to dive on
这一波投下去要命的啊
this could be amazing. Cyril's going to go in, he's not going to wait for it. There's a lot of buyer
他
very
二矿
close
投2
by.
个，
Bunny
然后
immediately
全部投到
understands
主矿的
the
出
drop
兵
goes
点，你
into
怎
the
么办？
main.
二矿我觉得投
One
1个都可以。
behind the natural.
就一个一个投下去，你还是要处理的呀。好了呀，全部投这里一
8
趴，
个
你怎么救？
8个
你怎么救？
进4
你稍微不注意就全倒。
正面也在打，
靠 Ghost 其实操作也有失误了，已经。就靠女妖慢慢搞吧，你 Ghost 去，说不定还要死。
打到什么时候去啊？哎，这波乱了，
冲飞了。
里面冲，还行，兵不是很多，在这的兵。但邦尼肯定是亏的，因为他在解决第4的方面实在是花了太多的精力了，而且兵力好像也死了很多。
对。
这怎么会不赚的重组？这他妈很赚好吗？刚才。
哎，他无所谓的，他就直接两边一直换就好了。
狗逼你妈个！自从拥有了这种第4，
一个搞呀，他就这样搞你，你也很烦，就骗雷达他也不亏。
雷达我日了。
对，他就骗雷达就好了。好了，正面再冲，帮你感觉要被冲飞了。
你看这各种的在撒雷达，人族有那么多雷达吗？好了，敢冲，有没有说法 ？A 过来，哎，被雷达撒到了，
无所谓，他就跟你换。
出个渡鸦反应啊！喂，出个渡鸦反应这件事情，上次跟李平南聊过，李平南说的很清楚，人族都会 F2， 到时候把渡鸦 F2 进来之后，
不是，我跟你说，其实不是这个原因，我觉得不出渡鸦来做反引，最大的原因是性价比太低，这个我是能够接受的，就能理解的，就性价比很低。什么 F2 接兵啊，这些东西他妈都扯淡的。
这倒是啊，
对不对嘛？就是性价比太低了呀。
It's very costly. He's got no mules dropping. It's all being used on scans. And Cyril being a nuisance. Lings dropping in the back of the base.
我不是教世界冠军打游戏，就是你出一个渡鸦就只为了反引，你付出的这个资源太多了，就没有必要嘛。你本来反引也有雷达有防空什么的，但如果你是说因为是操作有点难度你就不用，那这个肯定是不对的。那 Ghost 的操作有没有难度？那不是大家都还在用。Ghost 的操作有没有难度吗？你还不要单边一队，还不要到处走位，还不要各种 biu， 那不是还是要用？因为它性价比高呀。那你跟操作难度有啥关系吗？啊，你要说操作难度，那虫族飞蛇该容都别出了呗 ，F2A 就好了。你对于一个选手来说，操作的成本只要是性价比够高，就应该要出，因为操作对选手来说就是要去提高的。对不对嘛？你当年大家诸葛连弩都不行的时候，点毒爆都不行的时候，那难道就不点了吗？你渡鸦如果有渡鸦炸弹，你看他们出不出？
说的没错，
对不对嘛？那有啥 F2 不能接兵的嘛？不就多编一队渡鸦嘛？那能不能编嘛？有渡鸦炸弹，你妈的不出的飞起。
星际在编队上的确是已经简化很多了。
Banelings go after the planetary. Unfortunately, he does let the SCVs escape because he was looking elsewhere. Bunny's going to push in on the front at the same time. There are a few Marauders up there. Good tank lib spread with the Bio. Cyril does drop a parasitic bomb. The medevac still got a full energy Viper. One of them loses a lot of energy though. Oh, Baneling's burrowing on that ramp. That was a very cute mid-combat burrow. Oh, an orbital goes down.
我靠，邦尼已经忙不过来了。
邦尼完全忙不，他就正面现在这头兵了，怎么办？但只要飞蛇用得好，你这头兵就打不进去。And the one thing you don't do against a one-hit wonder is try to put their fist with your face. Cyril is not going to Mike Perry this fight. He's not going to try and break his jaw. He's just going to back up and let him tire himself out. He's going to.
我以为人类操作没有极限，不是电子竞技，特别星际争霸这些项目，就是追求更高的一个极限，就是追求操作的更高极限。什么叫极限嘛？你告诉我，这谁能定义？星际争霸的操作极限吧。如果你上来就定义了操作极限，那是不是10年前大家就不用练了？10年前的操作就是极限吧？那到今天为止，操作还在往前走。
But yeah, that's a crazy tank count. I mean, it makes perfect sense. The Broodlords are a checkmate like they were in the last game against this tank count.
电竞的精神，好吧？
那是的呀，他妈的，如果你要讲操作极限，那我就不想跟你聊了。你就不要看电竞，你去打网游好了。氪金有极限的，氪就完事儿了。
好了，直接冲，飞车两面过来，只要悟到一把，哎，他没能量啊，
滚死了，
无所谓了，还是
滚死了，已
经。
这坦克其实有点多，但是脱节了。
他如果兵在坦克前面顶的话，那没有问题。他的兵，哎，不过也没办法，这个上军坦了，
他有点打不过
塞尔，
有点打不过，中期拉扯上面有点差距。这如何是好
？Very clean StarCraft, and I think Bunny might want to open up with a 2-Rex Reaper, but I think next map's altitude. Oh shit! I don't know if you can. Can you even do that? I don't even. I guess you kind of can. It's not very good on that map. This is going to be very interesting to see how this next one plays out, guys.
邦尼得想看前期要搞了一些战术了。如果是再按照这个局面发展下去的话，基本就结束了。
Cyril's playing incredibly methodically, guys.
网游氪金没有极限，妈网游氪金哪里没有极限？妈肯定有极限的好不好？妈你们懂得不懂？你上来把自己氪成大股东，你他妈想怎么改怎么改，你把自己数据改就好了，那不就氪到极限了？
你他妈你这个氪法跟正常人想的这种
他妈的这不就极限？
两码事情好吧？
有没有道理吗？
你这个已经不是氪了，好吧？
极限氪法，氪到收购公司，氪完了，然后你自己改数据，自己改。
你这个打法，只有妈的世一凯能够干出来，好不好？
极限氪法，这就是传说。不，你们这弹幕就杠什么人类跑进3秒以内什么东西？你妈的，人类在不停的提高自己的100米速度，以0.01秒的在往前追求。但是你说人类今天博尔特的9秒85就到极限了吗？如果到极限，是不是大家以后100米就不用比了？那是不是后面的无数的这些100米的运动员，他还是朝着9秒85更快的速度在练习、在拼搏、在追求？妈，这是体育精神！9秒58，说错了，不是9秒85，9秒58。妈的，这是电子竞技、体育这些所有项目的一个精神。 就是往前，往更高、更快、更强的方向去追求。你妈动不动就提哦，就到极限了，那你就不要练了，就不要参与这个项目了，没什么好参与的。你如果有这个心态，你就不适合打电子竞技。
Yeah, no, I mean, I could be casting a real game, guys. Instead, I'm casting StarCraft.
不，我就是这样思想的。如果今天你们如果是一个打电子竞技的，你上来就跟我说这个游戏就打不了，比如说你说神族就打不了，就一定会输。如果你抱着这个心态，那求你就不要打了，你就妈换族吧，你去换重组打不就完了吗？
不，问题是你换重组打你也打不出来啊。
是啊。
他妈的重组，难道你换了重组打你就能打出来吗？
哎呀，反正我就很听到这种就很恼火，你知道吗？就很受不了。
I feel like someone even was saying Counter-Strike died even before Valorant came out. Now they're like, now it's definitely dead. It's definitely a thing. Remember, guys, that when you talk to gamers about games being alive or dead, you're basically talking to a 9-year-old who is like, oh, that Lion King's not cool anymore.
你换了涨600分，你他妈下过游戏吗？你涨600分，你换了就涨600分。吹鸡巴毛！我操！你他妈天梯，我就不是吹，我就不是说你们这些天梯，你们这些打神族的，他妈你换重组你能涨600分，你他妈不降分就谢天谢地了。那天梯的重组凭什么涨600分？你他妈你打职业的吗？你天梯涨600分，你那天梯你不降分就谢天谢地了。
Who's literally typing this in the chat in between eating a fruit roll up on his recess in
他妈天梯重组有什么好说的吗？你又不是打职业的。
不，你首先你主族不管是神族还是人族，你主族是这两个族的话，你再去打一个你不熟悉的重组，可能你如果你是这个打神族，你 PVZ 你 ZVP 可能很有造诣，对吧？那我是可以接受的，但你说你 ZVZ 都很有造诣，那真的不行，好吧？
不是天梯重组这个种族在职业比赛跟天梯就不是一回事儿。天梯的重组连狗都不如活的，你们都不知道天梯重组怎么活成什么，都快打绝了，都快打没了，对不对嘛？你开个飞机就可以把这些重组开死，机械化飙个车，这些重组就没了。天梯还有重组，我靠！
直接帮你这盘直接是裸双啊！
And the Banshees did pretty well in that last game, but I do think there was that crucial moment where you're like, oh,
绝育了。
you had a
我
bunch
们
of
国内现在已经没有一个真正能拿得出手的重组了。
天梯是真打不了。只是这些职业重组太猛了。
不要说这些，你直接把这些两个字换成只是 Cero 太猛了。
不，雷诺也很猛。天梯重组就是不努力啊，没办法呀。他是一个非常极端的种族，他就是上限非常高。但是你在普通水平上面，你的水平你就是打不过，因为你做不到那么好的防守，你做不到那么好的预判。它是一个防守反击的种族，以天梯玩家水平就根本不可能守得住。
天梯重组也不是不努力，而是没办法努力，因为你每天看这种 Cero 的比赛，你就觉得自己是 Cero 吗？不可能的，成为不了 Cero。那你打天梯打个天梯，你也不会打职业的，你怎么可能去花那么大的一个时间去把这个所有的细节都走顺？这很难的。
感谢怎么和浩瀚哥一样成功的一个飞机，这很容易的呀，投个胎就好了呀。 他妈投胎是门艺术，兄弟。妈，你先投胎呀、你先要学会投胎，然后再努力。
这个说法就是，你这个说法就是妈的埋没了阿奎的努力吗？
不是，你要先投胎。你先投完胎，然后再努力。
妈的，他还好不在，他如果在，绝逼人家一口老血吐。那就这样看我的。
不，先要学会投胎这个。
The maps are going to get closer and closer to the maps that are more 50-50 between both the races and the players' styles and preferences. So Game 4, Game 5, Game 6, and Game 7, if we get there, will be more and more of those 50-50 maps. And therefore, an early loss on Dragon Scales, it does hurt Bunny a lot. But if he can manage to get a win back on altitude, he'll be back on his own map.
Yeah.
Back on serve, if you're a tennis fan, is a way to think of that.
两矿一波，这把邦尼是直接两矿一波不装了，女妖过来切一下之后，直接两矿5兵赢，然后带坦克出来。这个打法就是前期很偷，然后48个农民就直接停农民，直接打一波。
重生
看这个怎么来守啊？
哎，前2天我看了一个很屌的那个。这个叫什么论坛帖子？他们说重生之孙哥，然后什么大家心机水平，什么缩水1万倍，然后但对孙哥无效。
要1万倍吗？
对呀、缩水1万倍，然后孙哥无效，孙哥重回巅峰。我看那个帖子，我靠。
Is he should have backstabbed the natural with a handful of Zerglings, because otherwise Bunny will rally across the map with his wall down. Bunny has a big habit of rallying across the map. He just keeps either rallying or F2ing across the map. There you go, that's it. Rally across the map. Overseer comes in and he sees a lot of barracks. He sees no sign of a third command center. Cyril is on 59 workers doing nothing but making Lingbane. He has not split any Zerglings across the map. So he has not hit that first thing you need to against Bunny, because otherwise
这个一波还是有点凶的，塞肉不是很好守啊，太快了，主要太快了，狗的攻防也没好，然后补爆的速度也没好。该有想想去截后援啊，这个局面。直接包，有火车，其实
哇靠，这个包的太好了，
包的太完美了。
我靠，这个后面那坨狗操作太好了，
夸张啊，这个真的是，
这个连操作空间都没有，他这个狗的拉扯太厉害了。
真的绝望。好了，再拖一拖，攻防也好了，速度也好了，那还打毛啊
！Bunny wanted to force that fight very early, and he did, but he overcommitted too much Marine hit points to make it happen. It's such a fine line between being too passive and being too aggressive. Obviously, we get to look at it in hindsight and say he was a little too aggressive on that first wave, but now Cyril is going to cut off the reinforce, and that's going to be absolutely deadly. Cyril all over it. Bunny going back to what worked last year, but Cyril, you could say he's evolved and learned his lessons. Honestly, it looked like a pretty similar strategy from Cyril.
这种2矿一波打不下来，他还打毛啊？他没机会了呀。
现在决赛的这几个人里面，只有大可才能制裁 Cyril， 好吧？小黑有上去也是死，只有虫族才能击败虫族。
Try to get 1 or 2 good volleys on the Banelings and see what he can make work. Link's coming in from behind. Cyril going to intercept that reinforce. As I said, Bunny is known for rallying units across the map. He was doing it all series long against Solar earlier in this tournament. And yeah, if you find the way to punish it, you do really well. If you let him do it, there always seems to be just a few more Marines than you'd expect from a normal Terran player.
再包，我靠，又是一个大包夹。
单面，哇靠！
哎，我发现就是虫族这2年对包夹的这个就是利用啊，比以前要多太多了啊。
现在这个包抄的概念，其实所有虫族都是有的。
对，就包的好不好嘛？但是 Zero 对包夹这个做的特别好。
面框打掉没有意义啊，
没有用，你2矿1波的，你打掉对方5矿有啥用嘛？
Remember that Cyril has already gotten there by trial by fire. He had to play Clem, a Clem that has had his number recently, a Clem that seemed to have his number at multiple points in the series they played. I believe Cyril was down 1-3.
包夹是一直都有，但是前些年虫族对包夹的利用很少。就做的没有现在那么多，现在就是很有意识的去做包夹。
就以前苏本那个时代，那还停留在大力出奇迹的这个说法
啊，就滚过去就好了。
操作也没那么好，对，人数操作也没那么好，拉扯也没那么好。
现在这种大力出奇迹滚过去没有用了，滚过去就没了。哎，不过马上有新版本的，新版本
2攻2防啊。
新版本改动其实对虫族影响最大的是毒爆削了。就这个毒爆削了之后，不知道虫族会面临什么样的一个情况。他毒爆首先第一个对5滴血不加了，然后第二个是他的就升攻防的时候攻击会降低，2攻毒爆撞不死农民的。新版本马上就跟了，就这几天就要跟。就这2个改动其实会让虫族有很多的变化吧。
2攻2防已经好了，那这把帮你已经到点了。他360度4面包抄，
已经拉开了，我靠，360度！
在拍电影吗？
不，这个跟操作已经没有关系了呀，他这波包夹。他这种包法跟操作有什么关系吗？邦尼已经被包傻了，话都不想说。
But that was just when you get stuck entrenched on the front for too long, it allows your opponent to encircle you. You end up getting surrounded.
太夸张了。
那
其他 Z 怎么活？不是，你不要管其他 Z 怎么活，你妈的，只要前面有个 Zero 他在赢，就是其他 Z 不努力。
说的没错。
对不对？
这倒是实话，为什么别的虫族可以赢，那你赢不了，对吧？他就问你这句话，你怎么办？
就没有其他的说法，就你不要管其他同族怎么赢，他前面只要有一个人在赢，就是你其他同族不努力。
Thank you so much. I don't know if drugs would even help you with StarCraft. I know Adderall is big for clicking on heads in Call of Duty. But I don't know if it would work well for StarCraft at all. Anyways, thanks for hanging, guys. Don't go anywhere. We're going to have a quick 5-minute break, 3 minutes of ads, and then we'll play some more videos. Don't go anywhere, guys. We'll be right back in 3 minutes. Appreciate you being patient and sitting through the ads. Remember, if you subscribe, you get an ad-free experience. But if you want to support the tournament, tip instead.
Zero 赢麻了 ，Zero 也没有赢麻吧？
Thanks for the love. We'll be back in just a second.
今年他的成绩也没有赢麻吧？
不，他成绩一直都很稳定，
就稳定是稳定啊，但今年也没有赢麻吧？
对，都很稳定，赢麻倒没有。
对 ，IEM 也不是他冠军，石油杯也不是他冠军。8强有6个 Z 吗？你他妈现在都睁着眼睛说瞎话了是吧？8强不是6个 T 吗？8强一个人族，一个神族，一个虫族，然后6个 T 嘛，不是？IEM 什么时候是他冠军啊 ？IEM 不是李培南冠军吗？
What the fuck?
That emote combo. The burgers.
You just want to chill the fuck out and just, you know, go and have a good time.
不，我说实话，其实妈那个雷诺这个狗逼，其实 偷偷摸摸的还是拿了不少冠军的。你发现？
雷诺这个逼是真的有点阴的，就悄悄的他妈大赛他
大
赛摸一个冠军，大赛摸个冠军。
哎，平常感觉他有点菜，你知道吗？妈有点搞笑。妈真正到了大赛的时候，
他妈雷诺是个狗逼，我跟你说是真狗逼，
对吧？
对啊，雷诺才是他妈的有点狗，就是悄悄的拿个冠军就缩了，然后平时用神族啊什么的去输一输，也没有人激火他，也没有人觉得他怎么样，反正觉得他也是个谐星，但是一到大赛他就冠军。
说的没错。
So this guy's job was to come along twice a day and just walk along, scooping the fish up and chucking them back in the pool.
你看他石油杯这个表现，雷诺石油杯表现真的很夸张。石油杯上的雷诺跟现在平时打的雷诺完全不是一回事儿。就他的石油杯那几场 ZVT 打 Clem 啊这些，你感觉他针对的真的太厉害了。一出门就绕，一出门就绕，他平时从来不这么做。你平时看雷诺比赛，什么时候是人族一出门他就绕狗吗？从来不有，只有到石油杯他才这么搞。
所以说有反差呀，妈个这个狗逼
！Easy to understand. I don't know, guys. I've been working on my noob-friendly commentary. I hope you can let me know in the comments how you rate it. Good, bad. Needs more work in progress. I don't know. I'm trying to work on it. What? And he's chasing me as well.
我操，这个他妈的这人族给炸傻了。
今天
肉哥也这样，对，肉哥也是这样的。
对你这种选手就是平常就是不出彩的，但是一到了这种大赛、个人赛、大赛的时候，就各种拿冠军。那就所谓的闷声发大财，你们这种
哎，你们这个刷的也有点过了吧？什么虫族不强，只有 Zero 雷诺大可、Sola 肉哥强，你请把 Sola 去掉好吧？他妈你剩下的4个对吧？赛雷肉达我是认的，这4个人有点凶。他妈索拉凭什么放到这里面？索拉拿过什么成绩啊？索拉不都是什么马入的玩具吗？
索拉有点惨，倒是真的。
Nice try, buddy.
Nice try, buddy. Pretty happy with the overall aesthetic.
索拉除了最近当了重监把 Zero 赢了，他最近还打过什么成绩啊？对吧？就除了最近当重监把 Zero 干惨了，他其他还干过啥吗？啥没干过。
宅男杯亚军才多少点钱，兄弟？
说白了，宅男杯亚军这种比赛，宅男杯选手过去大部分都是先把酒喝起来的，过去开 party 的。
别人根本就没有当是比赛，好吧？
就过去开 party 的，聚会。
对呀。
然后打。
别人不认为宅男杯是比赛，别人就觉得妈的是一个聚会而已，妈的我过来就是过来玩的。
索拉你说不强嘛，他其实还是有点实力的，但是呢，就他打最顶尖那几个，他就有点腿，特别是他看到马入的时候，就真的是，哎呀，我都不知道是说什么，他这个应该是对马入有心理阴影的，已经被打的，就别人想怎么干他怎么干他。宅男杯本来就是聚会，宅男杯就是个聚会，他们的比赛玩家过去，像李培南他们过去都是什么聚会，一直喝酒，吹牛逼，吃披萨什么的。你想哪有打比赛扛着烤箱去的嘛？那个河马每次打比赛就扛个烤箱，你妈过去做披萨。
这种比赛就宅男杯这样的比赛，只有韩国人，那你妈的坐了10多个小时飞机过来，但他他妈的确是很在意，然后想要拿奖金的。
对呀，你看那欧洲人他妈的扛着烤箱啊。就过去打比赛了，哪有这种吧？ 河马就是扛烤箱的呀，河马每次宅男杯就是把自己家里面的那个披萨烤箱扛着过去，然后给大家做披萨，什么一天能做几10个披萨。
扛烤箱说实话是稍微过。
那河马有东西的呀，他以后就是准备，河马就是准备以后不打星际了就去当厨子呀，去做披萨。
不是做披萨这件事情不难呀，黄哥。
他妈你要做的好还是挺难的吧？
披萨你妈的就多加点料上去啊！我靠，然后放烤箱里面一烤，这件事有什么难的？
你确定吧？
是的呀，披萨是不难的呀！我靠，我不会做披萨。
Why one player is bad, one player is good. It's fun to have a little bit. Oh, I think he can win because of this. I think that. Like, it's good to have a bit of chat. But some people are just going back and forth with the classic internet dick measuring contest of trying to prove the other person wrong. No, Bunny, shit, he's gonna lose. No, Cyril, or all sorts of random stuff. Just to fucking just enjoy the games, spread some.
但是我觉得，这种东西就你比如说 B 站去找个视频，你就会做了，这个不难，真不难。这个跟妈的我们这种炒菜比起来，完全就没难度，好吧？正宗的菠萝披萨，其实我觉得那个菠萝披萨还是真蛮好吃的。
菠萝披萨还可以啊。
Don't get in here with your stupid broccoli pizza, you hipsters. Okay, ready up. Let's see what everyone talks about. I fucking hate. Like, I'm very.
不，你做个披萨，哪有你妈的你搞个你妈这种水煮肉片的？我靠，你妈的肉你先要切完之后，对吧？然后这种妈的把肉上浆，对吧？然后你再去搞那个水煮的肉片什么豆芽、蔬菜这些，我靠。最后一片我不能很大，然后一片片肉放进去，放完之后，然后稍微煮一会儿就要拿出来，然后最后还要妈淋这种辣的油，妈哪有那么麻烦嘛？
Europeans will think you mean small hot peppers. I don't know what a hot pepper is. You mean like a chili?
问我个问题：星际一联赛绰号公用出气筒的是卡尔还是登哥？
We call those chilies in Australia.
公用出气卡尔不是公用的出气筒吧？妈卡尔他妈教主出气筒
啊！Pineapple and jalapeno goated pizza combo
是吧，孙哥
？No way, man！
妈卡尔还有点实力的，
有东西的卡尔。
他妈4皇出气筒吧，卡尔是。
Barbecue meats or barbecue sauce？
也不至于公用出去。
难不难？兄弟，我没有那么好的刀工。如果我他妈有能力能够去做文思豆腐，那我还在这边跟你们说个毛？老子他妈直接去你妈的去当厨子去了，好吧？那文思豆腐，那你怎么不说我会不会做开水白菜呢？
你说不定会呢。
我会个锤子会，
说不定你会呢。
来了，
好了，3-0呢，这比赛已经。
concrete cock, because that man is holding us up with his erect goddamn appendages right now. Thank you very much, dude, for your massive support over the last year. And
做菜这件事情是我的一个兴趣爱好。妈的，就做的好吃这件事情对我来说还是有点成就感的。
And how he used to support our scene.
Cyril 是不是星际第一人？
So, thank you very much.
他是星际2第一人。
Alright, guys, he's on a roll.
因为星际1跟星际2还是要分开的嘛。他怎么了？对吧？星际1跟星际2还是要分开的。
Alright, not having to go 16 hatchery at all this series. Or 15 hatchery, sorry, getting away with 16 hatch every game. Basilisk Cyril really adapting to the opponent, and I think this may be
肉哥我感觉要被他就跟 Cyril 争可能争不了了，因为 Cyril 还能打到星际2结束， 但是 Rogue 已经兵役已经很久了，对吧？虽然 Rogue 也是大满贯，也得过很多的成绩，但是现在 Zero 已经22个 P 冠了。
我觉得 Rogue 应该回不来了，
应该不太会回来了。Rogue 是06年还是07年起来的？07年起来的，07年。Rogue 在07年之前都不咋地，然后07年那段时间他是第一个打上韩服7000分的虫族，然后实现了黑八奇迹。
My bad. This was a bit of a safer opening. This one could go for really quick ling speed, but because he didn't see Reaper
不是17年说错了，17年说错了。Rogue 其实就牛逼了17、18、19。差不多吧。
不是，其实你看选手牛不牛逼，你就看他奖金有多少。
对，如果就是这几年大赛拿了很多呀。Rogue 天才少年不是天才 ，Rogue 也不是天才少年横空出世。Rogue 是充分的吃到了那几年虫族的红利。17年、18、19这3年，什么强用什么。Rogue 是真的是，你妈的虫洞强就天天嗷，宿主强就天天宿主，然后又天天打 rush 打一波。
那这有什么错呢？
没什么错。这个是一个非常职业的选手。
对啊，那就对了呀。
天天熬到后面，熬都熬没了。
他只要拿下比赛就好了呀，妈个鸡的，就那么简单呀。出蟑螂，那帮你这个3比1压制，又压不了东西。
Rogue 打不过吕布是因为风格有点被克。Rogue 不用大龙感染，哎呀，他 Rogue 大龙感染用的不好，他操作有点操作不了。他也不是不会，但是呢，就是大龙感染用的不是那么出彩，他操作这个层面不是那么厉害。Rogue 主要是战术针对很厉害，还有一手这个切飞龙，他 ZVT 大部分都用不到大龙感染就结束了，他飞龙用的太好了。Zero 又要用那个2本蟑螂了嘛？6分钟。
这个图的确比较适合用这个战术。
对。
第一波你压出来针盾，然后被打回去，被你妈蟑螂各种打回去。
13 roaches plus queens should be able to defend it. That fourth base very exposed on the right side. Overlord already goes down, and a roach is going to waddle in and start vomiting on those SCVs. Roaches and queens trying to fight here. Nice focus fire.
强行点啊！你这怎么打得过这个蟑螂带女王嘛
？Quickly make the decision to pull away. That's always what I look for in a top tier expert player. It's not really just how well do you micro and macro, it's how quickly do you decide when you should engage and when you should disengage. And that's what Bunny showed. There was great understanding of that. 2 SCVs do go down to the roach, so it definitely paid for itself. And Cyril also wisely understands.
我是觉得 Cyril 自从把这套蟑螂体系开发出来之后，它变得太多变了，你很难针对了就。你也搞不懂他一会儿用蟑螂，一会儿用狗图豹，都能用。关键他狗图豹包加什么也很厉害。天天听我们吹Rogue，那他有个比赛比较有代表性吗？
不立着看呀！
不，Rogue 有一个比赛很有代表性 ，IEM Rogue 决赛打 Zest， 妈4比0，加起来好像
各种
没有就 Rush 呀，就蟑螂狗 Rush 呀。比赛不好看，但是他赢了，这就是Rogue。4比1好像是。 各种 run。This 的刚打赢 Zero 那套飘使图掏出来的时候 ，Zero 被打傻了，然后上去肉个连给他飘的机会都没有。
这个3本也真的太快了，你妈7分半3本，那蟑螂速度还没好，他3本已经好了，你敢信？
The second factory and armory is on the way right now for Bunny, taking both gases on his third. That lurker time is going to hit in about 2 minutes. Just before 10 minutes.
真的 ，Zero 现在的打法真的做到了防守反击的极致啊！永远在就3本前永远在防守，等自己有了科技之后再进攻。
And Bunny getting in with a drop. This is what we saw in game 1. That was the most competitive game in this series. Was game 1. He's going to focus down the Evo chamber. But little does he realize those Evos are actually not being used right now as part of
这科技太快了，8分钟已经在变第次了。
But right now he's making lurkers and of course that lurker range. He's got 8 more hydras. He'll be.
那帮你绝逼人傻了好吗？这种，妈的，第一波出门发现有飞蛇了，什么情况？你妈的已经有飞蛇了，这种为什么会有飞蛇这种东西？
Looks like he's grabbing his whole army and moving down the right side. You can see his second factor.
这个是绝逼会人傻的。
Screw,
帮你还卡位置。
More scans, more mules for the win. He doesn't know where Cyril's army is, but Cyril also doesn't know where he is. They're about to stumble into each other right now. Cyril has a lot of his Roach Ravager in the bottom left.
有第四他还觉得应该还可以，飞蛇来了。
Blinding Cloud goes down desperately. Cyril
旁边退，
帮你强拉吗要？
Scary engagement for both sides.
不敢，蟑螂回来了。
No, he did not. Just a few roaches there and hydras. Not too bad for him. Could have been worse. The queens with the transfuse and now the lurkers.
地质是有射程的，这地质有射程的。现在就看飞蛇把这个2个坦克先拉过来，直接解决掉。
That's the problem. That's the problem. A duck's
根本打不进去，有地质这样护着。
他就第一次在这里跟你耗，然后坦克跟你磨掉就行了。你怎么冲嘛？你光头机枪冲，地刺吗？这个太难了。
好了，我再把能量吸起来，
打不进去。
你只能退。这妈的，这帮你不岂不现在全面劣势？
I do think Bunny likes that for Reactor and Widow Mines later on, but because it's just Mass Roach Lurker right now, he may go triple Tech Lab just to get more siege tanks out in the immediate term. 2-2 does start up for Cyril. You can see with this style, you're very committed to just these kind of Roach Lurker comp for a lot longer. Tanks and Ghosts do counter that composition if you can get sufficient numbers out. Couple Marines stumble through the middle and go down up. Remember, Bunny has been staying on 4 commands and is looking for good fights a lot, and that hasn't been going well for him. But against this style, I think it makes a lot of sense.
孙哥，你来推下流，我去吃口饭。
Oh, he saves the tank, but is losing a lot of the Marines and Marauders as well. The Lings are now jumping on top on the right side. A few Roaches run in, they will.
这个已经随便换了呀。
Units lost tab tells us it's been pretty even between the two. Bunny only 400 resources ahead. He does start a 5th command center, but he's going Ghost as well. 2-2 upgrades are finished for him, so he is ahead on those upgrades. Will he go for 3-3? He's taking extra gases, so it looks like he will. Liberators are on the way as well. Bunny loading into a red hit point. Medevac, careful, mate. Careful. Baneling Nest is on the way. I am unashamedly cheering for Bunny right now. I want to see more games in this series, and I want to see Cyril tested. He looked actually really frustrated at the end of the first game of this series. Not unusual for Cyril to look frustrated, but definitely I'm kind of interesting to see if Bunny can win a game or two. How does Cyril hold up in that scenario? Fire tank Ghost moving
好了，左边再走一波，他就用地刺拖住，然后左边走一波。哇靠，这把雾，3个坦克全部捂住了。
来吧，3、
2、